All right, this lesson is going to be going into or disclosing Sirach chapter 19 and verse 2 about the wine and women and what they symbolize in the scriptures. What the Lord is meaning with these things, trying to convey to us. Because we know on one level, it is, it can be used to talk about, actual wine and women, but in actuality, realization on a more critical, further level, a more deeper, serious message is trying to be conveyed to us. All right. So this is Sirach chapter 19, verse 2. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away, and he that cleaveth to harlots will become imputed. So one more time. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away, and he that cleaveth to harlots will become imputed. All right. And I'll read through verse 3. Moths and worms shall have him to heritage. Moths and worms shall have him to heritage, and a bold man shall be taken away. Shall be taken away. See? But, so this is more so going on, like I said, it's something more serious that's trying to be conveyed here. All right? To the Israelite man, the Israelite that knows his maker. But before I get into a call, I'm like, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahai, Wachach, double honest to the whole like elder apostles and elder bishops at the Great Millstone Church. Shalom to all the Akim out here under the same doctrine, doing what they need to do in order, according to the scriptures. Nonetheless and regardless, across the four corners of the earth, and to the rest of the believers in on his faith as well. So wine and women, on one level it is talking about, you can use this to understand the severity of those two things on a base level. Physical wine that's drunken, and women, physical women that's indulged in or whatever. That's besides one. That's a man, obviously. But so that's that. But when you read on, it tell you wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away. So on a further level, it's actually talking about doctrines and spirits and doctrines, influences, imaginations. All right. That's what it's going into. So first, to kick this off, we're going to go to, we're going to deal with the woman part, Proverbs 6. And let's start at verse, because the wine represents spirits, all right? Imagination. All right. Numbness, intoxication, things like that. Spirits. And the woman, she represents, you could say influence, but like an aid. And ultimately it's going into America, different doctrine. Even though in certain instances you have wine that stands for doctrine. But more so is about the attribute to the two, which is what's trying to be conveyed. So even though they touching on the same thing, because they're dealing with the same thing, which is a man's understanding, of truth, right? Of the path that leads to life and the path that doesn't, the things that get one hurt and the things that doesn't. Those two things touch on those things. They affect those things. They can affect those things. All right. So this is how we know. This is why it makes sense that both kind of represent the same thing. But based off wine and women being two different things, they might go together. They might be, have an effect in the same similar way, but seeing that they're different, they have it's different aspects. So that's why the Lord used it like this. But to prove that when you're dealing with the woman, that's dealing with America. All right. Aid, support, different, you know, and ultimately doctrine, philosophy, stuff like that, if you will. But when you go into Proverbs 6, we're gonna start at verse. Let's start at verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light, and the reproofs of instruction are the way of life, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her in thine heart. All right. Neither let her take thee with her eyelids, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. So the most important thing here is the spiritual aspect, not just the physical one, which is actually what the Lord is trying to convey to us in Sirach, the 19th chapter and the 2nd verse. And this representing America, because we know America, when you go to, I got my scriptures already lined up, but I'm going to go here. When you go to the book of Revelation, and so that's the 18th chapter, 18:4, and I heard another voice come from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins." And I'm gonna jump down to the point. This is verse 7, and that's talking about America, by the way. It says, verse 7, how much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. All right. And it says, for she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall utterly be burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, God power, who judges her, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her. She shall bewail her. See that? And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication. See that? That's spiritual. And live deliciously with her. So this is the worst woman. So that woman that's being talked about, Sirach, the 2nd chapter, that's really going into America. All right, a spirit, something that has the trait and the power of a woman, if you will. For instance, Solomon talked about he found more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and bands. You know, that's America. You know, America completely encompasses that more than a physical woman does. See that? Because a physical woman doesn't have all the resources, if you will, of America. Right? A physical woman ain't touching as many people as America has. So this is how we know. All right. And I'm going to jump down to the point. Shall bewail her and lament her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. It says, saying, alas, alas, that great city. It's like standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city. For in 1 hour thy judgment is come. And I'm going to jump down to the point. It says, verse 15, it says, the merchants of these things were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. You know? So that's That's the main. That's the main woman one needs to worry about. Revelation 17, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. And there came out of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. See that? Whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So you got women and you got wine. They put together because wine and women usually go, which alludes to or refers to what's that, Isaiah 32:9. The vintage shall fail. Rise up, you women that are at ease, for the vintage shall fail. The vintage talking about wine, right? That's usually what accompanies a woman. All right, and that's more so going into the spiritual aspect, because we gonna get what wine ultimately is. The wine going to. So, this is showing us the woman the Lord is pointing out there ultimately is talking about America, right? Which represents traps, snares, the mind, something that deals with the mind. All right, just to hit that point real quick. Let's get that, and I'm going to come right back, Lord will. Then I'm going to get back to what I had. So when you go to Ecclesiastes 7 and 26, and I find more bitter than death, the woman. See that? Whose heart, meaning her mind, is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. That's America. America put us in slavery. America have you in debt. America have you a vanity slave, based off what she can give you, how she can make you feel in a sense. But that's all just a play on your mind. That's why I said her mind, right? And you follow people become victim to all of that, because they see the mind of due to the mind of America, which is what's pushed out. All right. And you end up in snares and trying to follow that, end up in snares and nets, like Adam with Eve. But once again, not actually talking about a physical woman. It's just to show you what the woman represents. So the woman that's actually talking about being America is understood by understanding what, come with pretty much by understanding the woman, the physical one. All right? At least the wicked one. It says, and her hands is bands, whoso pleases the Most High shall escape from her. See that? But the sinner shall be taken by her. And that takes me to Psalms, I think that's 141 and 7. I'm actually started 9. It says, I'm gonna start at 8. But my eyes are unto thee, O God, Yahweh. In thee is my trust. Leave not my soul destitute. Keep me from the snares which they have laid for me, and the gins of the workers of iniquity. Let the wicked fall into their own nets, whilst that I withal escape. So there you go. So the woman is her heart is their snares and bands and traps. That's America, the mind of America. Pretty much the lifestyle that's pushed out from America. The perspective. That's pretty much that. That will represent the mind. If America is seen as a woman, those would be her thoughts. All right, woman wants you to wear this, you go do it. It's something you shouldn't wear. But since she likes it and she's this approved woman, and you want her, you know, and this is how you basically deem this is something you deem to say you're winning. If you got America, if you're having your way with America, it's just deemed to say this is something you use to say you're winning. Like uh, they call women trophies. All right. So if you got America, you know, Jake be like, I got the game on lock. Jay-Z said that I got the hottest game and the hottest chick in the game wearing my chain. You know, he using that to express that he's winning. So if he got America, he having his way with America. That's like him saying he got the hottest chick in the game wearing his chain, or he has his trophy. He's winning. He using that to say he's winning, because that's pretty much the philosophy of having a certain woman or whatever. But to have her, you gotta completely be ensnared and trapped. See that? And then it completely changes who you are, and it leads you to destruction. But anyway, so that's pretty much that. I'm gonna go ahead and get back to the point. Yeah, Revelation 17 and 2, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. I'm gonna jump to the point. It says, verse 3, I'll read through. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand. See that? Full of abominations and the filthiness of her fornication. All right. So, and we read verse 5, and upon her forehead was a name written, mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. All right. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Shah. All right. So, man, that should tell you all you need to know right there. So when we go back to Proverbs 6, it says, just understanding a woman on a deeper level. It says Proverbs 6 and 24. It says, I'm gonna start at 23 again. It says, the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. What did the Lord say? He said he was going to what? Let's go to Deuteronomy really quick. Jeremiah 16. You get it in the curses, but I want to get the key word. I'm gonna get it in Baruch too. But Jeremiah 16 and 13. Therefore will I cast you out of this land into a land that ye know not. See, and that's America. That's the woman. Neither ye nor your fathers, and there you shall serve other gods day and night, where I will not shew you favor. And that's crazy, because that's exactly what happened with Solomon. When Solomon was dealing with the women he was dealing with, he started serving other gods. See that? Through woman. All right. So that show you, pretty much what comes with the woman is other doctrines. To that. But anyway, let's go to the book. And you can read that in the book of Kings. I want to say that's the, grab that real quick. This is 1 Kings 11 and 3. And I'm going to actually let me start at 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which Yahweh said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart, your mind, after their gods. And with gods come different doctrines. Right? But anyway, it says, Solomon clave unto these in love, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, Yahweh his God, as was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord Yahweh, and went not fully after Yahweh, as did David his father. So there you go. And pretty much that's the same thing that happened with Adam. You know, I'll read verse 11. Wherefore the Lord Yahweh said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant. So there you go. Now, Now, we're going to go ahead and go to where I was going to go. Now, that's ultimately talking about America. All right? To keep thee from the strange woman. That's why we're not that's the point. It's a strange woman. That's where it, ends you up. That's the woman it's talking about. If you leave the doctrine of the Lord, that's showing you that the woman represents other doctrines and gateways to or pathways. See, there are different paths. It's the spirit, because that go back to what I had. But let me get this in Baruch. Just trying to get everything, out that need to be said. This is Baruch 3. And actually Baruch 4. You can read verse 12. Let no man rejoice over me, a widow and forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children am left desolate, because they departed from the law of God. They knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trod in the paths of discipline and his righteousness. All right. Now I'm going to jump down to the point. It says, for he brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation of a strange language, who neither reverence old man nor pity the young. Now I'm going to jump to the point. 3, exactly what I was looking for. 3 and 9. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life, give ear to understand wisdom. How happeneth, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land, and thou art waxing old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead. See, so that's 100% telling you right there. That strange woman that we trying to be kept from is America, which will be do what? The commandment, the doctrine, and reason being, because if you fall victim to it, you end up with it, it's going to lead you, you're going to be trapped, you're going to become a slave, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go down into the pit. So it says, Proverbs 6 and 24, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of the strange woman. And the tongue goes into a language. You know what I'm saying? It's not speaking the language of the Lord. It's not speaking something you ever heard, something you can understand. It's not speaking nothing of understanding. The hence is another doctrine. That's the woman. But it says, Lust not after her and her beauty in thy heart. Yeah, whatever America can offer you. Neither let her take thee with her eyelids. It says, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Exactly, trying to chase and get this woman so bad. Men going broke. Men spending all their money on goddamn what's approved here in America. You know, completely lose their home trying to fit in. All right. It says, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Right. And who's precious? The Israelites. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold. Can a man take fire in his bosom? Exactly. You trying to cleave unto America is basically believing that you can survive the fire she that's coming to her, you know, by being with her and ultimately going to the mindset as if you can stay with her. Well, can you take fire in your bosom? It says, and clothes not be burnt. It says, can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burnt? See that? America, it'll burn you, man. It says, so he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, so he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever touches her shall not be innocent. Exactly. This place don't got nothing to do with you. All right. So, it says when you go to, let me grab that. When you go to the next chapter, Proverbs, and because that's the 6th chapter. When you go to the next chapter, Proverbs 7, it's continuing. This is Proverbs 7, and let's start at 4. It says, I'm going to start at 2. I'm going to start at 1. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live. That's Proverbs 7 and 1 through 2. All right. Bind them upon, and my laws, the apple of thy eye. Bind them upon thy fingers. Write them upon the table of thine heart. Right. This is what you want to keep in your mind, the doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shah. It says, and call understanding thy kinswoman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman. They go put you on game. They'll tell you how a woman really is. Who better to tell you about a woman than another woman, you know, of whom she's not jealous. The other woman is not jealous. Who better? You know, this woman, this right, it's a wicked woman envieth the righteous woman, a virtuous woman, not the other way around. What does a wicked woman have that a righteous woman would envy? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? It says, and that's the relationship here. So we know this book, Sophia is going to keep it 100 with us. Understanding our kinswoman is going to keep it 100 with us. It says that they may keep thee from the strange woman. See? America is the strange woman. From the stranger which flattereth with her lips, right? America tell you can live a dream. You can have it all if you work hard. All these type of different things, you know? If you just do this, for you know it, you a Mason. You know? You a damn Mason. Then you a communist, you in all these different things. You know, you in a fraternity, you in a sorority, you an Eastern Star, all right? All these different things. It says, for at the widow of my house I looked through my casement and beheld among the simple ones, right? Dudes that's just out here. Just look what's going on here in America. Look out, man. Just pay attention. You'll see. I discern among the youth a young man void of understanding, passing through the street near her corner. See that? And he went the way to her house. See that? So it shows you a woman represents a path. It says, in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night, and behold, there met a woman with the attire of an harlot and a subtle of heart. That's America. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abided not in her house. Now is she without, now in the streets. See that? And lieth in the wait at every corner. Just pass. She caught him and kissed him, right? And that deals with instruction. You know, that's a gesture, if you will, of love, of affection. You know, the lips represents instructing, love, hence commandments, doctrine. See that? It says with the imputed face, right? And with the imputed face, see that? Said unto him. And that's exactly what the Lord told us. If you deal with that woman, this is Sirach 19:2, wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away, and he that cleaveth to harlots will become imputed. See? Through what? The doctrine. The woman, which is a doctrine, which is what she gonna start kicking. And then they ain't even getting to the wine just yet. And with an imputed face, she said, imputed face said unto him, right? This place don't got no restraint. It'll tell you anything. You could do anything. Do as thou wilt. That's anything. That's what imputed means, basically. All right? No self-control, no self-restraint. I have peace offerings with me, right? That's a type of, if America was a physical woman, America is and will be. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually. But it says, I have peace offerings with me. This day I have paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee. Diligently to seek thy face. And I have found thee. Yeah, America out for souls is drunk off the blood of the saints. Revelation 17. I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, which that goes into Micah the 2nd chapter. How the Lord said what? Let me grab that real quick. So this is really breaking the woman down for what it truly is in that passage. So like Micah 2 and 10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. See that? And that's upon a bed. So you don't got no business on the bed. See that? Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sure destruction. See that? That's that. All right, and the next verse kind of go into it. If a man walking in the spirit and falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink. So a woman is just another doctrine. And then it's going to end up doing other things to you, having other things happen upon you, which is what we're going to get into, the wine part after this. This is Proverbs 7:16. It says, I have perfumed my bed with coverings of tapestry. You know, you have no business. That bed has no business with you. It's off. It's your destruction. It's polluted. All right, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt. You know, the people involved with this place. If you get involved with this place that these nasty people involved with, you're gonna get what this place got, which is what these nasty people that's involved with this place got. You know? This place no good. You know? You get involved with one that has the STDs, that ones that this person is involved with is giving it, you got it. See? So, this is something to think about, but it says, I have perfumed my bed with myrrhs, aloes, and cinnamon. See that? Try to make what stink, cover up what stink, was no good. On a surface level, with good things. But really beneath it all is disgusting. It says, come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let our solace, let us solace ourselves with loves. See that? Doctrines, commands. All right? Take the jab. Go do this. You know? For the good man is not home. Who's the good man? Ultimately, Yahweh Shemel Shai. He is gone a long journey. Yahweh Shai ain't coming back. The Bible allegory. See, he has taken a bag of money with him. He already, the work done already. We ain't got it, like, Elder Apostle Carr. We already did that. We don't got to do that no more. We did that already, for those that know what I'm talking about. But anyway, Leslie, he was talking about one of his peers, talking about they don't got to go out anymore. Like the Lord basically collected all the money. He came and collected the money already. That's what America have you thinking, man. It says, and will come home at the day appointed. You got time. He ain't coming back right now, That's why I says, let no man deceive you by any means. Talking about the day of the Lord when he comes. With her much fair speech, she will cause him to yield. With the flattery of her lips, she forced him. He goes straight after her. See that? After her straight way. She's just a path. That's all it is. As an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks, till a dart strike through his liver. Exactly. That dart ultimately gonna be a missile, man, if you make it that long. Or another instrument to kill you, man. As a bird hastened it to the snare. And this was a man that knew the truth. A man that was of understanding. Because the birds is who sing the song. See that? This could have been a teacher, a prophet, or just an Israelite they knew. Even a sister. And know it not that it is for his life. See? As a bear hastened it to the snare, and know it not that it is for his life. Can't recognize that's a snare, because it got a dang something in the cage you want to get, and you pretty much become blind to the fact that what you want is in a cage with a door on it that you don't have the key to. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her paths. For she has cast down many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. See? So moving on. Jeremiah 51:7. So that's that. So that's the woman. She is the woman represents past, pretty much the fair speech of paths and doctrines, paths to doctrines, doctrines, aka paths to destruction, a path that can bring about anything, the doctrine and paths that could lead you to your destruction and ultimately bring anything upon you, which ultimately goes into the wine part. But Sirach 19:2, wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away, and he that cleaveth to harlots will become imputed, just like her. Jeremiah 51:7, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken, and it says the nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad, see? And that's what come with the woman. Wine. Can I get you something to drink? She in the wine, hence spirits, imagination. See, Babylon is the woman. That's why I got wine and women, It says that made all the earth drunken. See? So pretty much when you drunk, that's what the wine represent. So let's move on. Hosea 4:11. Whoredom and wine and new wine. See, that take away the heart, because wine does represent different doctrines, or spirit. How can I say it? thoughts. All right. So that's how it is with wine. You know, it goes straight to your mind, your heart. You know, your mind. It says, "A new wine taketh away the heart." She's not gonna give you the same wine you've been drinking, which is this wine. You know, it's not gonna be of the same spirit, because that's what wine ultimately goes into. It says, so ultimately it's gonna take away the heart you have. That's why it says wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away. Through the doctrine and the path that brings whatever your way, which is ultimately wine, aka spirits, influence. Now your thoughts has changed. Now your heart is gone, and ultimately you end up destroyed. My people ask counsel at their stocks. Going back to Proverbs 7. See, my people ask counsel at their stocks, and their staff declared unto them. For the spirit of whoredoms have caused them to err. That's what the woman brings unto you, wine, aka spirits. The woman being a whore, the evil woman. She'll bring, because she gonna bring. All the women like have that template, but it's just if it's in righteousness or wickedness, you know. So with a woman comes doctrine, and she herself is a path. Paths it leads you to places, and just and have you run into things or things come your way. See that? And it's the place where things could come unto you at, or you know. Meet you at. You know, like Eli, he met a bunch of people on his path. A bunch of things was on the path. You know, that's how it go. So whatever type of woman you're dealing with, if she's a wicked one, that's that. You already know it's on that path and where that path leads you. You know? She's a doctrine. So that's a whorish woman. So with her, it's for the spirit of whoredoms hath caused them to err, and they have gone a whoring from under their God. Exactly. Moving on. Hosea 5:4. They will not frame their doings to turn unto their God, for the spirit of whoredoms is in the midst of them, and they have not known the Lord Yahweh. So pretty much when you drink the wine, the spirits come unto you and you're influenced, right? You're completely influenced, and you don't even know what's going on anymore, right? Isaiah 29:9, stay yourselves in wonder, cry ye and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine, because it's not physical, actual wine. So we know that's not what that's talking about in Sirach 19:2. In actuality, that's really not the Lord really trying to convey to us on the most serious level. That's the base level. It is talking about physical wine, physical women, but what he's really trying to get through to us is something way more powerful. Do you know what the woman really is? Do you understand why the Lord say that? Do you know what the wine really is? Because wine you can be drunk with. When you're drunk, there's thoughts, you don't know what's going on, and you're numb. And there's imaginations and also influence. So they are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. Right? You can't even stand up anymore when you're drunk, when you off, when you're off wine. Those spirits, you can't stand up and fight anymore. You're not rising up against the evil. You don't know what's going on. You're in imaginations. Your heart, your understanding is completely gone. For the Lord has poured out upon you the spirit that's showing you the wine represents spirits of deep sleep. See that? And that's what happened when once get drunk, they pass out, man. See that? It has closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers have he covered. So you don't even see what's going on. It'll have you black out. No realization is had anymore. Isaiah 28:7. They also have erred through wine. See that? And through the strong drink are out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred through strong drink. They are swallowed up of wine. Wine drunk you, they are out of the way through strong drink. They err in vision. They stumble in judgment. So that wine represents pretty much you being altered. It's altering your state. So you was once of understanding, but through the woman who's a doctrine and a path where things can come unto you at, hence wine, aka spirit, demons, which are ultimately influences. To where your mind is completely taken, you're blind, it could blind you, have you in imaginations, blackout, not being in control no more of yourself no more. You staggering, which is really your whole state just being altered, and then leading you to destruction. You can't even see where you going anymore. Because think about it, if you could see where you was going, you wouldn't be on that path anymore. You would get out like, hold on, wait a minute. But thus showing you once you in that wine and that woman, hence America, and the doctrine she comes with to get you on another path and off the path where you'll be met by demons, spirits, influences, imaginations, thoughts, lack of all that's pushed through you through wine. Like wine pushes to you, don't be in control, black out, go to sleep, have these crazy thoughts, all of that. That's what America pushes to you. So this is how you know it's wine that, ultimately having you blind to things now, to where you just keep walking down that path and you get destroyed. See that? Because you earn in vision and you stumbling in judgment. Through what? The wine. So Sirach chapter 19 and verse 2. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away. And he that cleaveth to harlots will become impudent. Moths and worms shall have him to heritage. Moths and worms shall have him to heritage. And a bold man shall be taken away. So America completely can change you, man. All right, the spirits, the demons, 1 minute you standing up for the Lord, next minute, you completely blind. You forgot you was even doing that. You bowing and cowering, tucking your tail. America gets you killed, put to death. Have you talking about you a Buddhist, or you a dang indigo child or some crazy crap like that? Just by you not understanding the severity of these things, you contemning these things, the power of these things, so-called wine and women. So that's basically it. Call Allah Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Wahara Chakudash, Shalom.